your first game will suck. If you've ever wanted to make a game, you've probably heard this phrase. But of course, I'm not like everyone else, so that rule obviously doesn't apply to me. Or at least I think so. That's why I opened Unity, created a new project, and immediately started fighting procrastination. Because at that moment, I didn't even know what kind of game I wanted to make. And after thinking it over, I decided to go with a 3D first-person shooter. Because I thought that there would be a lot to learn in the process. But actually, I just wanted to shoot somebody. And I'm just kidding, YouTube, okay? Be cool. So first things first, I needed to add a character and then write some movement code. And yeah, that works. After that, I created a simple map and tried to teach the character how to jump. And you know, sometimes you gotta fly before you can jump. So after a few fixes and tests, I got a movement system that I'm pretty happy with. Then I added a crosshair, a basic gun prototype, and shooting logic. And everything works, just looks like shit. So I needed the proper 3D model for the gun. And since I know absolutely nothing about 3D modeling, I'm gonna do it myself. So I downloaded Blender and started watching tutorials on YouTube. And my first model looks kind of weird, and I realized that in order to make a shooting animation, I need to split the model into moving parts. So yeah, that. I decided to start from scratch. And the second model looks a bit better and actually has a shooting animation. Then I slapped some materials on it and imported it into Unity. And the model itself is fine, but the animation, not so much. So I spent some time messing around with animation settings in Unity and eventually got it working. Then I played around with particle system and created some kind of muzzle flash effect. And now we need somebody to shoot at, so we need a 3D model of the enemy. And since I'm now a certified Blender expert, I decided to make it myself. Here's what I ended up with. I think it's not bad actually. Then I imported the model into Unity, gave it a physical ragdoll, and wrote a script that activates the ragdoll when you shoot it. And yeah, it already looks pretty good. Then I added logic for enemies to chase the player, and that was actually super easy because Unity already has built-in tools for that. And you know, I am such a calm and peaceful person, and because of that, I thought like, it would be amazing if I could shoot off this motherfucker's limbs. So yeah, I went back to Blender and chopped the enemy model into separate parts. Then wrote a bunch of code and yeah, this obviously not what I expected. So I had to spend a couple hours debugging and I finally got headshots working. But that was just the beginning. I still need to do the same for the rest of the body. And while I was doing that, I also decided to paint the model red and noticed a few bugs in the mesh itself. So yeah, back to the Blender again. And after I fixed the model, I added the ability to shoot off other body parts. Yeah, now I'm finally happy with this mechanic. And now we need more guns, lots of guns. And as a Blender expert, let me say this, Blender and 3D modeling. I'm using pre-made assets. So I added a shotgun and an RPG. Then I updated the map to look more like an arena and added a health counter. But now we come to the most important part, making the game juicy and beautiful, which means adding post-processing, animation, sound effects, and more particles. And now, may I present you the final result. To be honest, I'm really happy with the final result. To me, the game looks and feels good. So, is your first game guaranteed to suck? Well, I'll let you two decide. So, if you wanna see more videos like this, then hit the like button, subscribe, and see you.